Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today's news focuses on comments made by EFF leader Julius Malema that have sparked fresh debates across South Africa. Please watch until the end to see the sources and verify the news for yourself. And if you haven't yet, remember to subscribe for more real updates straight from Mzansi. So, it seems Malema has once again lit up the political scene with his sharp words, this time aimed at some familiar faces, former Presidents Mbeki and Motlanthe, as well as ANC Secretary-General Mbalula. Speaking during a recent EFF gathering, Malema didn't hold back, saying the three have become useless to the struggle of black South Africans and have lost touch with the people they once claimed to fight for. According to Malema, these leaders have become symbols of what's gone wrong in the ANC. He accused them of choosing comfort and privilege over the revolutionary ideals that once defined the liberation movement. He said that the country can't move forward while relying on leaders who no longer understand the daily struggles of ordinary citizens. For him, it's not about disrespect, but rather about demanding accountability from those who had the opportunity to make change but didn't. Malema specifically pointed out that the ANC has become a party that only wakes up when elections are near, forgetting the people once the votes are secured. He said many of the old leaders are more concerned with their legacy speeches and private functions than with improving the living conditions of South Africans who continue to face poverty, unemployment, and crime. Mbeki and Motlanthe, both known for their calm and intellectual approaches, have often stayed out of political mudslinging, but Malema's comments have brought their names back into the heat of political discussion. As for Mbalula, who has never been shy to respond, he might not take these comments lightly. Some insiders already predict a fiery response on social media, and if you've followed South African politics long enough, you know that Mbalula never lets a jab slide without a comeback. Still, Malema's comments aren't new in tone. He's consistently positioned himself as a challenger to what he calls the elite politics of the ANC. His aim, as he puts it, is to keep the revolution alive and make sure the voices of the poor are never silenced by those in power. Whether people agree with him or not, there's no denying that Malema knows how to keep the spotlight on himself and the EFF. Political analysts say that his criticism is not just about individuals but about the system. They argue that Malema wants to remind South Africans that liberation isn't complete if the majority still struggles to put food on the table. However, critics also say Malema's fiery language often divides rather than unites, especially when directed at leaders who still hold influence in the country's political landscape. In the meantime, many South Africans have taken to social media to share their views. Some are praising Malema for speaking the truth that many fear to say out loud, while others believe he's using shock value to keep himself relevant. Either way, his words have reignited discussions about leadership, responsibility, and the true meaning of struggle in a democratic South Africa. So, whether you support him or not, Malema's remarks once again prove that South African politics is never short of drama. And let's be honest, if there were a reality show for politicians, this week's episode would probably have him as the main character again. Before we wrap up, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, so you never miss updates like this. Stay tuned till the end of each video to check the sources yourself, because in times like these, it's always best to verify the news you hear. And just to end on a lighter note, sometimes I wonder if our politicians should open a boxing ring instead of Twitter. At least then, we'd see who really lands the knockout punch. All images used are for illustration purposes only. Sources: Times Live, News 24, EWN, and The South African.